Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charlton, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Clippers here. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, as y'all know, I'm a Clippers supporter, but it's been very difficult to be a supporter of the Clippers over the last, let me say, I don't know, week and a half or so. As y'all know, since the Clippers have acquired Russell Westbrook, they're now 0-5. And just last night, they dropped another close game to the Sacramento Kings. I believe they lost 127 to 128, 126 to 127. Pretty close game. And, they just lost in a very disappointing fashion, right? But before that game was aired, Stephen A. Smith was on ESPN First Take on Friday, and he was on the late night show that they have previewing some of the games that were slated for, to be played in the evening. And he was in there, and the panel was him, Greenberg, Michael Wilbon, and Jalen Rose, and they were talking about a range of things. But then it got to the point where it was time to talk about the Clippers and his overall thoughts on how this team is performing and and really just the state of affairs with the Clippers overall. And let me tell you, when it was his time to talk, he absolutely blasted Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers. But before we get into his comments, this video is brought to you by our sponsor, Aura, who's also the official sponsor of the T-Wolves. Do you know what the fastest growing crime in America is today? It's identity theft. Imagine trying to log into your email only to see that your password has been changed. Then you start getting weird notifications from your bank and credit cards only to find out that all of your personal and sensitive information has been totally compromised. If you think it can happen to you and your family, just know that in 2020, over 49 million Americans were victims to identity theft, costing them a combined $56 billion. That is why we are excited to partner with Aura, who's the sponsor of this video. Aura is the #1 identity theft and financial fraud protection. Aura monitors the dark web and alerts you if any of your passwords and accounts have been breached. And funny enough, after using Aura, I discovered some of my credentials were floating around in the dark web, and the app showed me exactly when and where the breach happened. In addition, Aura allows you to set spending alerts, and they'll notify you of any suspicious transactions. Aura is 4 times faster than any of its competitors in alerting you if someone is trying to open a credit card or obtain a loan using your name. And remember this, every 14 seconds, someone becomes a victim of identity fraud. Don't let it happen to you. Now click the link in the description and try Aura for free for 2 weeks and see if any of you or your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial at aura.com/dreamerspro. And when you try Aura, by using the link in the description below, also know that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do is we want to play exactly what Stephen A. Smith had to say here about the Clippers, and then we're going to come back and react to it. Take a listen to his comments here.
Some strong thoughts. Stephen A., your thoughts on the LA Clippers?
They make me sick. They disgust me. And Wilbon and Jalen and Greeny, I'm not going to lie. We all know I would prefer to be in Southern California and South Beach any day, all day, every June. I ain't apologizing for that to nobody. But I assure you that my criticism of the Clippers are not restricted to that. I literally feel sorry for Steve Ballmer and specifically Ty Lue. Ty Lue, one of the great coaches in the game of basketball. Look at his face. I haven't seen the man smile all year long. He's miserable coaching this team because you know what? They are trash half the time. Other times they're not. Other times they look like a championship contender. But as sporadic as they are, they look like trash last night. The Golden State Warriors busted their living you-know-what. Just took them to school in the second half without Steph Curry. Errant passes, turning the ball over, can't hit a 3 to save their life. I'm watching Paul George the other night in one of their 4 straight losses, and he turned the ball over like 2 or 3 straight times. That really allowed the comeback to take place, particularly against Sacramento, if I remember correctly, when they were down by 11 with less than 2 minutes left. I'm looking at a guy, Kawhi Leonard. You blackmailed the Clippers into giving you everything you want. I'm not even talking about the pedicure, the manicure, the helicopter rides, and everything else. You made them go and get Paul George because you said up and down, Excuse me, if you don't, I'm going to go get the Lakers. I'm going to go to the Lakers. And what do? You arrive there, okay? You give up a 3-1 lead in the bubble after letting everybody know you didn't want to be there to begin with. Of course, you got hurt when they went to the conference finals. You didn't get much done last year. You don't play back-to-backs. And if you ain't playing back-to-backs in the games, you damn sure ain't practicing. So you ain't practicing. You ain't playing back-to-back. You missing 25 a game or more each year, and the Clippers are underachieving. This is not what Ty Lue signed up for. And then you Paul George, who I love. I love the hell out of Paul George. Great dude in the whole bit, and Cabal. But you can't be getting paid $42 million a year, which is identical to what Kawhi Leonard and him are making over the next 3 years, by the way. And then sit up there and say, I'm not the number one option that's going to win for you for a team. We're not going to win if I'm the number one option. You see all of this stuff going on with the Los Angeles Clippers. It is embarrassing. It is disgraceful. And as far as I'm concerned, when you look at the Clippers, they're a team that we don't talk about enough because Kawhi Leonard gets away with it because he never has anything to say. So that's an excuse for people not to talk about him. Well, I'm going to talk about him because I know what he can do, but I also know what he doesn't do. He doesn't come to work every day. And if I'm going to say that about Kyrie Irving in the past, I damn sure could say it about Kawhi Leonard. This is ridiculous. It really, really is, because the Lakers ain't achieving. The Clippers are right there. It's yours. You'll never get the fan base of the Lakers, but you can build your own, and it can be credible if you're getting something done. But you ain't getting a damn thing done. It's a shame. It really is. Steve Ballmer and Ty Lue, my sympathies and condolences to you.
So you heard what Stephen A. Smith had to say. Listen, as a Kawhi Leonard fan and as a Clipper fan, I 100% concur with his comments. The Clippers, ever since acquiring Russell Westbrook, and I don't want to put all of this on him because I know it's not, just him, but something has just been off. It's like they forgot how to play defense. It's like defense is no longer on the agenda for the Clippers. They have zero interest in playing defense anymore, and they're giving up incredible leads. They were just giving up incredible amount of points a game. They were part of the highest scoring game in NBA history, where I think they scored 170 plus points in a game, which to me was just absolutely ridiculous. Now, some people would think, oh, that's great basketball, it's entertaining. No, it's not. It means nobody was interested in playing defense whatsoever. The Clippers are playing a very dangerous game here. They're playing a very, very, very dangerous game. And as a matter of fact, before producing this show, we actually put up a poll on our channel where we asked our audience, is there a possibility that the Clippers missed the playoffs entirely this season? And out of the 3,200 voters, 65% of them said yes. 65% of them said, yes, we believe that the Clippers may in fact miss the playoffs. Now, why are they saying this? Because the Clippers, as we currently speak, are the number 8 seed. And they're tied. Think about this. They're tied for the 8th, 9th, and 10th seed in terms of losing their loss record. And you have a team of Norman Powell, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, now Russell Westbrook, Terrence Mann, Marcus Morris Sr., Nicholas Batum. This is an absolute embarrassment. And to add insult to injury, Kawhi Leonard, my favorite player, he didn't even play last night. He didn't even play. If you guys remember well, we produced a show earlier this season where I said, all of this load management that they're doing, it better pay off. It better pay off. Because now they're in jeopardy of missing the playoffs as a whole. And if the Clippers go into the play-in, I'm betting against them too. I think the Clippers would go in there and lose the play-in game. I 100% believe it. They would just do it. They would go in there and just stink it up and lose. They're capable of doing it. But the situation now is reaching a point where something needs to change. And it needs to start with Kawhi. Now, to be fair to Kawhi, he's been playing extremely well this year if you just look at his numbers. Fantastically well. Even last night, Russell Westbrook played well. But it's not good enough. That's the point. It's not good enough. They should not find themselves in a situation like this. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I'm this close to losing interest in Kawhi and his team. One of our viewers left a comment on the poll. He's like, I trust playoff Kawhi. And I said to him, that's if they get to the playoffs. That is if they get to the playoffs. It's an embarrassment. Last year's team was 100% more competitive than this team. This team is all about, well, we're just going to go through the motions. We're going to go through you're going to be going through the motions before you know it. You're going to be floating in the ocean on vacation if these Clippers keep it up. So I'm just totally dejected and disgusted with the Clippers, man. I don't really know what to say, really. I have no real analysis for you guys here. None, really. Just echoing what Stephen A. Smith just said. It's a joke. It's a joke. These are my thoughts and opinions. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show.